Welcome to the game of setups. In each episode, we take a look at one of the best setups on the internet and give it a score from 1 to 100 based on these 10 categories. Each category is worth 10 points, and the X factor is there purely to make getting 100 more difficult. Thank you for all the great feedback on episode 1. A lot of you seem to think it was a little too similar to Setup Wars or other setup shows. I think Samir had a good point. At this point in media, everything is based off something else to some extent, and what really matters is whether or not people enjoy it. Let me know what you think down below. If you aren't a huge fan, feel free to not watch this video and go watch a different video of mine. I'll link one on a card on screen now. But if you are a fan, the first video did very well, so I will be continuing for now. The setup for this episode is called Moved Out of Dorm by Reddit user Gwinix, linked below, and I think this setup is a good example of how the theme and mood of a setup can be more important than how much you spend. Cable management is an 8. The setup is very clean, but you can see cable tubes running from the monitors and from the TV. It doesn't look horrible, but it definitely sticks out. And then the cable tube from the projector literally goes straight down the middle of an art behind it. Not the best planning on that one. For audio and video, we're looking at a 7 out of 10. The speakers are mounted very nicely behind the monitors, and there is a pair of headphones that's almost hidden by the piano. In terms of video, he has a main monitor and a side monitor, but they are definitely two different models, and there's a distinct color difference between the two. For the PC, we're looking at a 7 out of 10. This is based off a spec list he gave 3 years ago, but it's using the same case, and even if he hasn't upgraded, an i5-3570K and GTX 660 Ti isn't bad for 1080p. It's actually the same combination I started off with, and it lasted me a solid 2 years, but it's definitely starting to show its age. I really hope he's upgraded by now. Peripherals is an easy 10. On that desk, he has what looks like a rather nice Ducky Shine 3 and a Logitech G602, which is my personal mouse of choice. I would have liked to see a mouse pad, but if he's not gaming too much, the G602 can track plenty fine on most surfaces. Functionality as a whole is a 9 out of 10. I really like the piano on the right side. It adds a nice classy touch. The TV and projector setup to the left is also great for media consumption. My only gripe is again the different monitors. The color shift on top of being different sizes would definitely constantly drive me nuts. Organization is absolutely a 10, and it's kind of interesting because even though he has a lot of things like game discs and movies, it's all organized extremely well and doesn't look one bit cluttered. It actually just adds a nice touch. I'm gonna give color coordination a 9. It's an interesting wooden theme where the floor matches the desk that matches the material behind the monitor, and then there's also splashes of black with the carpet, chair, and piano, and there are a few other colors, and it's not perfectly balanced, but it still looks really great. Personality gets a 10. There is a ton of personality in this setup. The overall cleanliness, the piano, the game discs, the wall art, the natural vibe it gives off. I get the strong impression this person is relaxed and appreciates arts and aesthetics without sacrificing functionality. For comfort, he gets a 9. The chair there is the IKEA Marcus, which is a solid desk chair. The carpet is a nice touch, but I would like to see a footrest as well. But the real kicker here is the couch area. It's well set up and looks like a very comfortable couch to watch a movie or just sleep on. And last but not least, the X factor. The X factor for this setup is the unity and natural theme it gives off. You just look at a picture and you know what I mean. Everything flows well together, the windows offer a ton of natural light, and it honestly just looks like a nice peaceful place to work. On top of that, it still packs a ton of functionality with the piano, computer, TV, and projector, so for X Factor, it gets a 9. And overall, this setup goes home with an 88. The previous king of setups was Jespy with an 83, so Gwinix has conquered the Iron Throne and now holds that precious crown with a score of 88. That's gonna be it. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. There's a lot of mixed feedback, but likes and dislikes definitely help me sort through that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay classy.